Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another video. Yes, it's a video. It's not a podcast today. It's not just audio. There is visual. You are seeing me. For those of you who want to see me, you can. For those of you who don't, I guess you will just turn off probably now. So what am I doing today? Well, as you can see, if you've been following me for the last couple of years, you'll notice the surroundings behind me are back to normal. Well, semi-normal. This is not Australia. This is not Bahrain. Just in Bahrain. We just flew back to London. Back in the London flight. It's nice to be back. It really is nice to be back. It's cloudy outside. I can see the Thames. I can see London City. It's quite spectacular. It's quite beautiful. I will do a little bit of footage, which you'll see in here now, which I'll film after I've ended this part of me talking. So what did I want to talk about today? Like I said, this is not really a Porsche video today. It's not a watch video. I'm going back to videos that I used to do. Well, I'm going back to one. It's kind of related to Porsche. I'm going to go and talk about GoPro. And GoPro more importantly, because I have actually been thinking about it, and I think a lot of people feel the same with GoPro, is that you get to a point where you think, I really hate their ecosystem. I really hate what it's all about. The cameras are, it's difficult to see the settings. It's hard to set up. I know you can use the iPhone. Don't yell at me in the comments. But they haven't been the most easiest, intuitive camera to use. And I guess the size of the camera is always a problem, right? You've got a small camera, small size. You've got a small screen or no screen. And you have to use your phone. You have to connect your phone. And that's part of the problem that I always had with my GoPro, which used to be my only GoPro, which was the Hero 4 Black. Just 1 second. Sorry, I had a slight technical problem then. Yeah, so I almost gave up on the GoPro. And I almost gave up the GoPro because, like when I got my Porsche, I wanted to film. I mean, I had the GoPro pre-Porsche, pre my 997, but you want to film. And you want something, making videos for YouTube, making podcasts, doing anything in the social universe is like, you want things that are easy. You want, excuse the noise in the background, that's Natasha's computer updating and it's very, very loud. You want something that's easy to set up, that's easy to put onto your car, that's easy to film, and is not going to give you any hassle. Filming, despite how easy it looks for a lot of people on YouTube, is stressful. It is a very stressful thing to do. It's not easy just to talk to the camera, and those of you who have tried it actually know that it's not so easy just to talk to the camera. It's even harder when you are setting up equipment that doesn't work and it fails on you. And I had that happen a lot of times with the GoPro. It was just so painful trying to put the GoPro on the exterior of the car. And this is the Hero 4 Black. I'm talking about the Hero 4 Black, and people I know are saying, why didn't you just get the 6, the 7, the 8? No. The 5, the 6, the 7. The 8 I'm coming to. Why didn't you just get the 5, 6, and 7? Well, because the reviews of the 5 and the 6 and the 7 were okay. They weren't great. It introduced a rear screen. The GoPro Hero 4 Black, which I don't actually have with me, it's still in Australia. But the GoPro Hero 4 Black it had a lot of parts, I got the LCD back screen. It was a pain in the ass. Like, all those there's still the things that GoPro has now, even with the screws and everything, they're annoying. But the most annoying thing was it never really connected properly with the phone and the app at the time. It was always annoying. And this is even going back a year ago. I always found that, I took it on the drive, the Putty Road drive that I did in the Porsche. And even on that drive, it was painful. You know what I mean? It didn't work. It didn't work that well, and it was like frustrating, and I wanted footage from the outside of the car. I eventually got some. It's okay. Of course, when you put a GoPro or any camera on the outside of your car, the sound is terrible. So you have to just use it as B-roll, and you have to put music over it. So, filming, you need, even with this, even just like filming now, how I'm filming on the Canon G7X, you just want simple solutions, things that make it easy to do what you want to do. You don't want to be fussed with all this technology interfering with the process of creativity. And that's always the problem with tech, cameras, etc. So the first GoPro Hero 4 was my Hero 4 Black, like I said. I didn't find it very intuitive. Everyone knows the screen was terrible. Those screens on the front of GoPros are terrible. It didn't have a rear screen. I bought the LCD screen for the back. You know, it was okay. It used to drain battery life. You know, it wasn't perfect. I used it a couple of times. I really didn't use it. Then I thought, okay, I'll use the GoPro as a gimbal type thing. I bought a Chinese gimbal, not a brand name, an unknown brand name. Actually, it's reasonably known now. Is it Feiyutech? Feiyutech? I think it was Feiyutech. I used it a few times. I haven't used it again. So what got me back to GoPro? Because at the time there, I was watching other people on YouTube and seeing that they were getting the, sorry, it's going to be dark in here. They were buying the Sony Action Cam, and the Sony Action Cam was 4K. The GoPro Hero 8 Black is 1080. I never upload to YouTube in 4K. I always upload in 1080. I'll put 4K on a 1080 timeline, and I'll always export. I'll always render in 1080. It still makes a difference, but I don't always film in 4K. Obviously, iPhone I film in 4K, but I don't always film in 4K. So what got me back to the GoPro? A few years back, quite a few years back actually, I bought the Hero 5 Session when it came out, which I have right here. So I bought this camera, the Hero 5 Session. And the Hero 5 Session made me stay with GoPro, made me put up with them. I find this camera really easy to use. I love the size of it. This is the camera that I do most of my in-car filming with. The voice activation works really well. I've done old videos on this years ago when I bought it. I'll put a link here if you haven't seen them already when I was doing more tech videos. But this is a great little camera, and it made me not want to hate GoPro. I still didn't like the structure of it. I mean, this only has a very small screen, you know, record button, but it's a great little camera. It's waterproof. It's easy to carry when you travel a lot. I used to travel a lot before COVID, but it's easy to carry and it's not so cumbersome. And I don't need a lot of accessories. I literally have the clip off the headband, and I don't use the head strap, but I could use the head strap for POV. But I love this camera, and I love the most because I put it in the car, and you've seen a lot of the footage from me in the car with this GoPro. I'll show some from at Christmas. This is the footage with this camera. And as you can see from that footage, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. And I like how it's voice activation, so you just say start and stop recording, and it knows, you know, you got to say the brand name beforehand. I won't say because we'll come on, but you GoPro da-da-da, GoPro stop, you know, you say that, it works. It actually does work. So this is my in-car camera. I never use this outside the car. So what I've been doing is I have actually been using the Hero 4 Black just for outside shots. I always find the footage not great. I never find the color that great. I try to set it up properly like I do with my other cameras. I go to this guy who has all the settings for GoPro. I think one's called Will I Travel or something, and the other guy is Abe, someone who works for GoPro. I'll put the links down below. If you haven't seen those sites, they're really helpful if you need to set up a GoPro, because it's sometimes confusing. Of course, now you can go into your app, you can do it on the settings, you can set up ProTune. This video is not about that. I'm just talking about the GoPro story on my side, why I decided to stick with it. And this camera changed me. It made me stay with it. And I've used this now from when I bought it, must have been 2015, 2016, whenever it came out. And then at Christmas, I bought the GoPro Hero 8 Black. And the Hero 8 Black is fantastic. It really is fantastic. And I'm gonna start my other camera here. Okay, this is the Hero 8 Black. And the Hero 8 Black has a screen. It has a battery cover door here. This door actually comes off, so you can put the mods on it. This is just the dual battery thing that I bought, which if you buy a GoPro, you should always buy the dual battery. You get one single battery and you get the dual battery charger. And then I only purchased the, I don't have it in front of me, but I only purchased the little tripod, which is an extendable tripod, which is great. I got another head clip because I needed a second clip. Oh no, it came with the head clip. It came with that as an accessory in the pack that I bought. So the GoPro Hero 8 is actually a great camera. It has really good voice activation. It has that shortcut menu, which is really easy to understand. Like I said, I'm not going through all the features today. I'm just talking about the camera. And it's brought back my appreciation of GoPro. There's still issues with it. The battery life seems okay. The microphone is a lot better on this, of course, it's improved. I thought the microphone on the Hero Session was really, really good, by the way. The Hero 5 Session microphone, and that footage you've seen before, I won't put it on again, that footage was, when I put that on YouTube, that video, I'll put the video here so you can see it. That's with the GoPro, just the mic, nothing else. So I bought this, and why am I talking about this today? I'm talking about this today because this is how I'm going to start. This is how my car videos are going to be when I eventually get back to my car. Can't travel to Australia at the moment, and those of you who know, I'm based in Bahrain and we're here in London for a holiday, but at the moment we have to quarantine. We have self-isolation for 2 weeks because we came from Bahrain, and Bahrain is not on the exempt list, and that's the problem. So this is the media mod, and this is what I just bought the other day. So you have the button which will press the record, and you have cold shoe, built-in microphone, which is okay. It's better than the microphone that's actually on the GoPro. I'm not going to test it today. And basically all you do is you take the battery door off this. You take the battery door off and you open this, which is basically like the battery door. Goes in here. So you have the plug in there, it clips in, and then you literally just close the door. I hope you can see that. So that's it all together. And then it just clips on. The battery door you just have to keep and not lose because it doesn't go back on this case. You can still access the 2 plugs, you can still access the 2 mounts at the bottom, and that's with the media mod. So you can put your microphone on here, you can put a light on here, you know, you can plug your microphone into here, your external microphone. This is what I'm going to use this for, and this is what I'm excited about, and I haven't put it on properly, as you can see. There you go. This is what I'm excited about. I'm going to put it with this. I bought this the other day, the Rode VideoMicro. So this will go into this, and this is going to be my in-car recording. So hopefully the sound will be better. I'll have better sound. I'll have better footage because the GoPro Hero 8 I think still shoots better footage than the Hero 5 Session. Hero 5 Session is 4K, I record in 4K. I may record in 4K, I may record in 1080, I'm not sure. I'm going to test it when I get back to Australia in the car, which is going to be a little while away, so you're not going to see footage for a while. But then I'm going to put the VideoMicro on it and have it like that. I know a lot of people use this as a YouTube camera for their YouTube videos, vlog camera let's call it. I'm not really going to do that. I use this G7X Mark II, which I'm quite happy with. It's got a clicking noise and stuff, but it's an easy camera for me. It's easy setup. I film, I shoot, it's done. And it's 1080p. It's easy to cut in Final Cut Pro. I don't have any problems with it. So that's what I'm going to put together. This is the VideoMicro, which people say is a really good, people say, and that's the GoPro, people say is a really good microphone for the GoPro. So that's what I'm going to use, and that's my GoPro. What else did I want to tell you guys about? I wanted to actually bring up something else. So if you have an old GoPro and you're frustrated by it and you're frustrated by the app has got a lot better. I'm trying to unlock my computer, not so much for Mac, which is always a pain. What else did I want to mention to you guys? Yeah, so this camera, to me, easy to use. More importantly, very easy to connect up. Very easy to connect up to the iPhone app, the GoPro app. GoPro app's got better. You can put the shortcuts on the screen. I set up shortcuts on the screen. I watched another video the other day, which I'm going to link. Mick Bergsamer, the GoPro guy that always has been on GoPro YouTube for years. I'm going to link him because he's got the perfect shortcut settings, and I'm going to follow it. I think it's a really good setup, and I'm going to use those settings for the shortcut menu on the screen. Like I said, I'm going to use the media mod. I probably won't use the microphone of the media mod. I'm going to plug in this, and what else? And then I will use the GoPro Hero 5 Session, the little camera. I'll use that as a backup camera in the car. So I'll have this one as my main camera, and then I'll use the other one as a backup camera. The Hero 4 Black I'm not going to throw away, I'm not going to give away. The Hero 4 Black I will primarily use for the exterior of the car. And I think that will work well. Like I said, the footage is okay. Don't think it's fantastic, it's okay. You see a lot of people on YouTube, and I'll just mention Nick Murray because he's one that comes to mind. Nick Murray is the Porsche guy on YouTube. I'll link him as well if I've got enough links left. But he uses a main camera in the car, and some other people do too. So you get the bokeh at the back, you get the depth of field, which is really nice. I don't know if I want to do that. It needs a bigger mount, it's more hassle. I like something small. When you get in the car, I'm going to go for a drive. The main purpose you go for, you take your Porsche out is to go for a drive. I like to film it to be able to share it, to keep it for me to see later, and I like it to share it on YouTube and show you guys. But I don't want things that are big encompassment. Even with the limited equipment that I have, when I take it in the car, it's a bag of equipment. It's like a satchel full of equipment. So it's a lot, and you have to be, you have to narrow it down. Then you've got batteries that run out, you've only got 2 batteries that don't last very long, etc, etc. You have to have a charger, you have to be charging other batteries, so all of this comes into thing, and it all takes away from your driving experience. And when you go for a drive, you don't want anything to go away from your driving experience. But videos in a car, if you haven't done a video in a car before, driving, talking is probably one of the easiest videos to do. If you want to do things on YouTube and you feel like you're not comfortable with it, this kind of talking is not so easy. If you're in a car, you're driving, you're filming, you're talking, it's easy and it's enjoyable as long as you have the right equipment. So, what else? I think that's it. So basically, if you're thinking about giving up on GoPro, or you have given up, have a look again. The Hero 8 Black is actually a great camera, especially with these mods. There's other mods too. There's a light mod, something else. I'm not getting those. I don't think you need them. You just need the media mod, which is this one. Like I said, I can put the microphone here. I can put the microphone here. I can add another accessory. I don't know what I would add. What would I add? Another accessory. And like I said, you have the ports on the back, and you have the microphone jack there so you can plug in the microphone. Most people put this microphone with the GoPro 8. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, the other camera that I've got, which I think I've shown you guys before, but I'll just say, if you want a great little camera just to film the exterior of your car, and that is very lightweight, very small. This is the box, the Polar Pro box. If you want this, steady footage, 4K, easy to use, great for going around a car, great if you go to Cars and Coffee and you want to film other people's cars, great if you want to film yourself walking around, easy to travel with, tiny. This is what you want, things that are light, things that are small. These big cameras with interchangeable lenses and Atomos displays to whatever, and you're traveling, it's too much work. If you've got a house or you've got a studio and you're set up in your studio and you make videos from a set location in your house, in a space that you've rented, that's all great. But if you're like me, and I live in I travel through many places, like I said, based in Bahrain, come to London a lot because of the flat here, and then we have our house in Sydney. So we travel a lot. I just need a portable setup, and this is my portable setup. And like I said, my camera is just a G7X, which I'm talking to now, and that's a great Mark II. It's a great camera. I'm sure the Mark III is even better. Anyway, I think I've spoken for too long. My name is Michael Barth. This is my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, thank you for watching the video to the end. I know a lot of people don't. If you're wondering about all the podcast videos, podcast is because I have the PorscheCooled Podcast. At the moment, we're doing a series. I'm doing it with Steve, my friend in Sydney, at GTSteve on Instagram, his handle. Even though he doesn't want any followers, I always let it out there. So I've just put the PorscheCooled Podcast up on YouTube, and they're not visual videos. I know a lot of people are saying, where are your videos gone? I'm starting to make them again. I've got some time in London. I'm going to make a few over the next couple of weeks. But I think that's about it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye from London. Talk to you all soon. Bye.